What if the bread you eat every day contains ingredients that are banned in countries across the globe? That seemingly harmless loaf in your kitchen is filled with compounds linked to cancer, diabetes, and even behavioral problems in children. Yet, here in the UK, they are perfectly legal. In this video, I'm going to expose the 8 bread brands you must avoid. We'll uncover what's really hiding in their ingredients, what those additives are doing to your body, and most importantly, what you should be eating instead. By the end of this, you'll never look at the bread aisle the same way again. Number 8. Warburtons. Many of you probably have this in your kitchen right now. It's a British staple, which is exactly why we need to talk about it. Pick up a standard Warburtons white loaf and look at the ingredients. You'll find E472E, a code for an emulsifier whose ANME is a chemical tongue twister. While approved for use, studies indicate that emulsifiers like this can severely disrupt your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria that regulate everything from your immune system to your mood. Many Warburtons loaves also contain a flour treatment agent. This can be L-cysteine, an amino acid commercially derived from sources like duck feathers or even human hair. Yes, you heard that correctly. That toast you're feeding your family could contain processed hair protein. But the real issue is how it's made. Warburtons uses the Chorleywood Bread Process, an industrial method from the 1960s that slashes bread making time from over 12 hours to under 3. This is achieved by adding extra yeast, chemical improvers, and using violent, high-speed mixers. This industrial assault destroys the natural structure of wheat proteins, making it harder for your body to digest. That bloated, heavy feeling after a sandwich isn't normal. It's your body struggling to break down chemically accelerated bread. This process also prevents the development of complex flavors and nutrients. So manufacturers compensate by adding extra sugar, fat, and salt. You're essentially eating industrial foam held together with chemicals. Number 7. Hovis. Hovis has masterfully built its brand around nostalgia. We all remember that iconic TV ad with the boy pushing his bike up the hill, a symbol of wholesome British heritage. But when you look inside the bag, the story isn't so wholesome. Their standard white loaf contains caramel coloring. You might think this is just burnt sugar, but you'd be wrong. The caramel coloring in processed foods is made with a chemical process that creates compounds like 4-methylimidazole, which studies have linked to potential cancer risks in animal trials. While one slice might not hurt you, the cumulative effect of daily consumption over many years is a serious concern. Hovis also relies on palm oil in many products, a highly processed fat stripped of all nutritional value, used simply because it's cheap. What's truly frustrating about Hovis is how they market themselves as a healthy traditional choice. They put wholemeal on the label and add a few seeds, but the ingredient list reads like a chemistry set. Emulsifiers, flour treatment agents, preservatives, and soya flour. Why is soy in bread? It's cheaper than wheat and helps dough rise faster. But unless it's organic, you're almost certainly consuming a GMO ingredient. Hovis also has a dirty secret about its wholemeal bread. They mill the wheat, remove the nutritious bran and germ to make white flour, and then simply add some of it back later. True wholemeal flour is never separated in the first place. This method destroys much of the nutritional value you thought you were paying for. Number 6. Kingsmill. Kingsmill boasts about its great white range, but who is it great for? It certainly isn't great for your blood sugar. Their white bread has a glycemic index of around 75, which is higher than pure table sugar. When you eat high GI foods, your blood sugar spikes, causing your pancreas to release a flood of insulin. Then your blood sugar crashes, leaving you exhausted, hungry, and craving more carbs. This vicious cycle can lead to insulin resistance, weight gain, and type 2 diabetes. But here's the sneakiest part. Kingsmill's 50/50th bread, marketed as a healthier choice, contains high fructose glucose syrup. This industrial sweetener is linked to fatty liver disease and obesity. It's added to make the bread taste subtly sweet, triggering reward centers in your brain and creating a craving. You're not imagining it. You have been conditioned to want this bread. Their tasty wholemeal range is no better. The second ingredient, right after flour, is sugar. You're not buying bread, you're buying cake disguised as a sandwich base. This isn't a healthy breakfast. It's engineered blood sugar chaos that leaves you tired and hungry just a few hours later. Plus, Kingsmill uses rapeseed oil, also known as canola oil, which is highly processed and can create trans fats. Some of the worst things for your heart health. They are technically following regulations, but they are still selling you something harmful. Number 5, Sainsbury's own brand. People assume supermarket-owned brands are just cheaper versions of the big names. With Sainsbury's bread, cheaper means cutting corners that should alarm you. Their economy white bread is loaded with calcium propionate, a preservative that stops mold. The problem? Studies have linked this chemical to irritability, sleep problems, and poor concentration in children. One study found that when children with ADHD symptoms were given bread with this preservative, their behavior worsened significantly. When it was removed, their symptoms improved. The flour itself is the cheapest possible, bleached with chemicals and stripped of all nutrients. They add back synthetic vitamins to meet legal requirements, but your body doesn't absorb these artificial compounds as it does real nutrients from whole foods. Let's talk about bleaching. Instead of letting flour age and whiten naturally, manufacturers use chemicals like chlorine dioxide. This chemical reacts with proteins in the flour to create aloxan, a compound used in labs to intentionally induce diabetes in test animals. Yes, a chemical that causes diabetes in lab rats is created during the flour bleaching process. Sainsbury's also uses monoglycerides and diglycerides, emulsifiers often derived from unspecified animal fats. If you're vegetarian, vegan, or avoid certain meats, you may be unknowingly consuming ingredients that go against your ethics. If this information is making you rethink your grocery list, hit that subscribe button. I'm exposing the hidden truths about everyday products, and trust me, what's coming next is even more disturbing. Number 4, Asda Smart Price. Ever wonder how bread can cost just 50p? This is how. Asda Smart Price bread is engineered for one purpose: maximum profit through minimum cost. The flour is the lowest grade available, so heavily processed it barely resembles wheat. But the true villain here is azodicarbonamide, a flour improver that makes dough more elastic for industrial machinery. Disturbingly, this same chemical is used to make yoga mats in the soles of shoes. When azodicarbonamide breaks down during baking, it forms semicarbazide and ethyl carbamate, both considered possible carcinogens by food safety authorities. Asda claims the amounts are tiny and within legal limits. But why consume a chemical found in your gym equipment at all? This bread starts with reject wheat, ground by industrial steel rollers that destroy any remaining nutrients. It's bleached, chemically aged, and treated with improvers. Salt is added in excessive amounts, not for taste, but to mask the lack of it and make you thirsty, encouraging you to buy a drink. A slice of this bread contains less than 1 gram of fiber. Your digestive system needs fiber, and without it, you end up bloated, constipated, and uncomfortable. Number 3, Tesco value. Following a similar playbook, Tesco adds its own twist. Many of their budget loaves contain modified wheat starch. This starch is chemically or physically altered with acids or enzymes to create a softer texture that lasts longer on the shelf. The issue is that these modified starches can be difficult for your body to break down, leading to gas and bloating. A slice offers less than 1 gram of fiber, depriving your body of a crucial nutrient. Tesco also uses a vague ingredient listed as vegetable oil. This could be heavily refined rapeseed, palm, or soybean oil. These oils are typically high in omega-6 fatty acids, which promote chronic inflammation when consumed in excess. Chronic inflammation isn't like a cut, it's a low-level, constant stress on your body that silently damages your cells over years, contributing to everything from arthritis and heart disease to Alzheimer's and cancer. As the UK's largest supermarket, Tesco has the power to source better ingredients, but instead chooses to maximize profits by selling this inferior product. Number 2, Little Baker's Life. Now we're entering serious territory. Lidl's in-house bakery fills the store with the smell of baking bread, creating an illusion of freshness and artisanal quality. It's an illusion. The Baker's Life range uses a part-baked technique. The bread is factory-made abroad, often in Germany or Poland, then partially baked, frozen, and shipped to UK stores to be finished in in-store ovens. You're smelling the final bake, not the actual creation process. This matters because part-baked bread requires extra preservatives to survive freezing and transport, which aren't always listed as ingredients. But the bigger issue is quality control. In recent years, Lidl has had to recall bread batches due to contamination with plastic and metal fragments. Their white bread also contains dextrose, another name for sugar, delivering a 1-2 punch of blood sugar disruption. It's misleading marketing at its finest. Freezing dough forms ice crystals that rupture the bread's structure. So manufacturers add extra gluten, gums, and emulsifiers to mimic a soft, fresh texture. These additives can trigger sensitivities even in people who normally tolerate wheat. Furthermore, some of their loaves contain over 1 g of salt per 100 g. 4 slices give you nearly a third of your daily salt limit before you've even had lunch. Number 1. Aldi Village Bakery. And here it is, the worst offender. Aldi has revolutionized grocery shopping, but their bread is where they've cut corners far too deeply. Some of Aldi's specialty loaves contain potassium bromate, a flour improver banned in the EU, Canada, Brazil, and China because it's classified as a possible carcinogen. Yet it finds its way into UK bread via regulatory loopholes. While most of it breaks down during baking, residual amounts remain. The cumulative effect of years of consumption is unknown. Aldi's standard white loaves also have the highest salt levels I've found in any supermarket bread, with a single slice containing up to 0.4 g of salt. 6 slices a day, a normal amount for many, adds up to 2.4 g of salt from bread alone, nearly half the NHS's daily recommended limit. But the most deceitful part is the health claims. Their superseded range looks incredibly healthy, covered in seeds, but the base is just refined white flour with added gluten. You're paying a premium for the same problematic bread with a seed disguise. Aldi uses a massive centralized manufacturing model where quality control is nearly impossible and flour is untraceable. The entire process, from flour to bagged loaf, takes under 3 hours. You cannot create nutritious, digestible bread that fast. They also use calcium sulfate, essentially plaster of Paris, as a dough conditioner. Aldi built its brand on offering German quality, but this isn't German quality, it's German efficiency applied to the cheapest possible ingredients. I know that was a lot. You might be wondering what you're supposed to eat. Don't worry, there are excellent options available. Look for bread from small, independent bakeries that list fewer than 7 ingredients. Real sourdough made with just flour, water, and salt is ideal, as the fermentation process makes it easier to digest and lowers its glycemic impact. In supermarkets, choose brands like Burtonette Bakery or Biona Organic. Yes, they cost more, but you're paying for real food. Even better, make your own. A simple, no-knead bread takes 5 minutes of work and costs pennies per loaf. You have complete control. Or consider alternatives like rye bread, sprouted grain bread, or even lettuce wraps. The goal isn't to stop eating bread, it's to choose bread that nourishes you instead of slowly damaging your health. So what do you think? Are you eating any of these brands? Have you noticed how you feel after eating them? Let me know your experience in the comments. And if this opened your eyes, share this video with someone who needs to see it. Anyone still eating these brands without knowing what's really inside.